Okay, I want to talk about the coronavirus, COVID-19 again, because it's in New York State and they're trying to deny that it's here. I watched a video by Dr. Paul, what's his name? Cottrell. Dr. Paul Cottrell.
Okay.
The coronavirus CDC cover-up. If you guys haven't seen that, you should definitely check out that video. The guy's wife works at a hospital in Buffalo. They've had 6 confirmed cases, and they're being tested, so they get tested, and then they're just allowed to leave the hospital before they even get their test results back in. And they said that when the CDC gets the test results, they call the hospital and tell them, and nothing gets done to the patients. They don't call the patients back in. They aren't doing anything about it. What I find extremely weird is that there's 9 million, 10 million, however many people in New York City, and maybe 20,000 people in Buffalo. But Buffalo has done more testing for the coronavirus for COVID-19 than has been done in New York City, period. And there's already been 6 confirmed cases in Buffalo. So imagine how many are in New York City that are not being tested, or that are just not being taken care of at all. If you live in New York State, this is a big, big, big deal. It just doesn't make any sense to me why every single person that's coming in with these symptoms is not being tested. And if they are being tested, why are they being allowed to leave the hospital to go infect other people? I mean, this is crazy. They're saying that the hospitals in New York are not prepared. They don't have any protocols in place for this. They're not putting up posters to warn anybody. They're not doing anything. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, we don't have to worry about this virus. It's just another flu. It's just, how many different viruses have we had out there? But this is not that. This is not your average flu or your average cold. And let me just point out that your average flu that comes around every year kills 0.1% of people. 0.1% of the population, okay? This virus has already killed thousands of people. Look at all of the cases in China. What is there, 80,000 plus that has been reported in China? I just think that this is way bigger than any of us even know. People don't listen to your local news because they're not telling you anything about it. Even the mainstream CNN, Fox, they're not giving us the proper numbers, but I don't think that they're getting the proper numbers either. I don't get how schools are still open. Why are we expected to send our kids to school, especially now? After this winter break is over, all the kids are supposed to go back on Monday. Do you know how many families have traveled or gone on vacation or been on airplanes, been around all of these other people throughout this break, and how bad it's going to be once school comes back into session? I don't think schools should be closed. Schools should be closed right now until we know that we have a handle on this virus. And I think parents need to call their superintendents, call their principals, call whoever it is they need to call, and I think you need to pull your kids out. And you can get work from the school, say pull them out for a 2-week period. Get work from the school, or just write to your superintendent telling them you're homeschooling your kids. I just think it's too risky and too crazy to be sending your kids to school right now. There's videos out there from doctors, psychologists, on YouTube. There are massive amounts of dead bodies that they can't even figure out what to do with. It makes me wonder, all those coffins that they had in Georgia, all those disposable coffins. Wonder what they were stockpiling those for. You know, maybe for a pandemic like this. I think we all need to stockpile food. If any of you were lucky enough to see Glenn Beck's video the other night, it was a one-time special thing. I can't find it online now, but you need to start stockpiling foods. Get sustainable foods that will last you. Sustainable. There's butters. There's milk that doesn't come in the carton. You know, that's not liquid. Like, you can get things. Plenty of canned foods. I think you need to go on Amazon or InfoWars store has a lot of sustainable foods that you can keep that for a couple years. I think we need to stockpile foods. I think we need to stockpile medicines if we are able to do that. Because, what is it? I just saw a video the other day, that Glenn Beck's video. 80%, China is the world's drugstore. 80% of all antibiotics come from China. We get them from China, which seems crazy to me. But anyway, that's a fact. 97% of the world's medications all come from China. Now that is going to be a problem because people aren't going to be able to get their medicines. And China's already, look at all the stuff that's shut down in China. Google, Microsoft, Tesla, all these companies are shut down. Nobody's working. And if you you can go online and look at pictures of like Beijing, it's like a ghost town. And normally it's filled with thousands and thousands of people. We need to do that here now. We need to take precautions. Like I said, stockpile food, stockpile medicine, get tons and tons of water that you can store. I think we need to prepare. And again, with preparedness, you have to be able to protect what you have. You have to be able to protect all of your things, all of your food, all of your water, and your family. So I don't know how everybody's so torn against, guns and protection. Should we have them or shouldn't we? Yes, you definitely should. Because people that don't prepare are going to be coming for what you have. And you need to be able to protect it. Look, this is so serious, and this is way more than, way bigger and way more than what any of us thought it was going to be. And it hasn't even peaked yet, which is scary. But it's all over the United States. It's all over everywhere already. Thank you, China. But now we just have to deal with it. And you can't look to the CDC. Don't get your information from the CDC. They're lying to you. They have been lying to all of us since the beginning of time. Since they started being the CDC. They want to keep everything quiet. They don't want people in a panic. They want stuff to just stay quiet. So everybody lives their life. Everybody's still going to Walmart, spending their money. Without people going out, the economy goes down. People aren't making any money, corporations. So just be very smart about this. There's a couple people that I think you should check out. Jewels of Thought has a couple really good videos on this. I think you should check her stuff out. Dr. Paul Cottrell has very good videos that you should look at. There's a lot of information out there. Just go to these sources and not from the mainstream, media, because you're not going to get the answers. They're not even telling you what to do. I mean, they're just like, oh, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's not a big deal. It's crap is what it is. But I did want to take this time and, I called the hospital and told them my kid was sick. I'll throw that clip in here. They just hung up on me. They didn't even tell me anything.
Would you like to reach? Please say the first and last name of the person or the name of the department you'd like to reach. To reach a patient or for assistance, say operator.
Registration. Hi, yes. I am calling because my child is sick and you guys are the closest hospital to me. But with this whole virus that's going around, I wanted to call and see if you had any cases there before I brought my son there.
How old is your son?
He's 7.
I don't believe we do. I mean, it would be on the news if we did.
Okay.
I could transfer you to the emergency room if you feel more comfortable with that.
Yeah, could you transfer me to the ER?
Yeah, what are your son's symptoms? I mean, would you be better off going to Children's with him? Because he is 7?
Well maybe, but I kinda, like I said, it's closer and, but I really don't want to bring him into the hospital if there's been any of those cases there,
Right, yeah. No, we haven't had any. Let me just transfer you to the nurse's station down there and they could, better assess, if you should bring him here or Children's being that he is only 7.
Okay,
Let me just transfer you. Let me get some
thank you.
number. I don't want to, all over the place. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Yep,
All right, good luck, okay?
thank you.
We all know this hospital.
Mom,
Oh my god, they hung up on me.
why?
Well, that was rude. No, they hung up because they didn't want to tell me. She's like, well, if we had any, it would be on the news. No, that's the problem. It's not on the news. Okay, well, they didn't want to tell me. She wouldn't tell me. She told me she was transferring me to the ER, to the nurse's station, and then she hung up on me. So she didn't transfer me anywhere. So the lady was like, well, I'll transfer you to the ER, and then she disconnected. Hung up the phone. So from what I hear, Kaleida Health, the suits that own this Millard Hospital in Buffalo, they're telling their doctors they can't give out any information. They can't tell people that COVID-19 is there because the CDC says so. So just don't trust any information that you get from there. Do your own research, be smart, protect yourself. I said this in the last video, but if you can't leave your house without gloves, can't leave your house without a mask. I mean, you shouldn't, they're telling you not to. But definitely gloves for sure. Don't touch anything. Don't let your kids touch anything. Don't even go to the store. You can go to Amazon and order all your groceries. And anything that you need, you can get from there. It can be delivered. You can leave your boxes like in your garage for say 3 days, somewhere where it's cool. It'll stay cool and it won't go bad or anything. Leave it in there for 3 days or 4 days until you're comfortable enough to think that if there was something on that box, you're not going to bring it into your house because it can't live on surfaces forever. So yeah, stop leaving. Don't get on any airplanes. Don't go on any cruises. Don't go on vacation. Stay away from groups of people. Because when you come in contact with somebody, you've been in contact with everybody they've been in contact with. Same old thing. So, that's really the advice I can give you, and I hope everybody listens because it's not going to just go away. It's not just going to one day, okay, the virus is gone and nobody ever has to worry about being infected again. It's a big deal. It's killing a lot of people, whether you guys, everybody wants to listen or not. But I'm just trying to put the warning out there so people do know. If you watch that Dr. Paul Cottrell's video on the CDC cover-up, you will hear the caller that called in, and his wife works at the hospital where they've had these 6 confirmed cases. And they're not even giving any of their doctors precautions. Like, the doctors treated these people with no masks, with no special gear or anything, and they've probably all been infected. And it just goes on from there. But the CDC did tell them, Kaleida Health, that this was an airborne and that they needed to be careful. So I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna try to do some more digging and come up with more on this, but definitely pay attention. Definitely look into everything that's going on for yourself and protect your family. Stockpile, save, and protect. Thank you. Bye.